Alright guys, this is Oxford, markers outside of Ocala. This video is in response to Old World, and Everything Inside Me did a video where he talks about Ocala briefly. I want to give a little more insight. This is south of Ocala. This is the old road, old highway. Here in town in Ocala are the other markers once you get into town where the road came to from the south. It snakes around before it gets up here. And that leads you basically right into downtown Ocala area. Yeah, these were much skinnier when I was younger for some reason, and now they're a lot wider. But anyhow, yeah, this is the video I was watching. Had a problem with the audio, so I'm having to redo this. So I'm just playing the video and talking over it again. But yeah, Everything Inside Me. There's a lot of old world content, and this is what I was replying to. Jared Boosters, he's another old world. My lunch break. And John Levi. So yeah, they do a lot of old world Tartaria and whatnot. And I've been on the Tartaria kick looking back at the dates, and a lot of stuff isn't around anymore. So this is the building. I posted that there was a marker right here on the building, and somehow somebody broke it in half. It said 1908, and then it just had the 19. But up here we have 1911, so we know, there's a different date. So, but why would somebody rip that off of there within the last 2 weeks of me posting, actually? And now the 19 is missing too. The whole thing's been missing there, but if it's been missing for that many years, I don't know. I guess I'm crazy and don't know what I'm talking about. But 1911 anyway. Records don't start till 1910 in the town. There is a lot of history. It is on a lot of old world maps. I suggest if you want to keep this knowledge and you don't want things filtered out, because there's no stain on this photo, there's no stain mark on when you get back further dates, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, could you filter all that out and copy and paste and edit that? The guy I work with says, yeah, he does that shit all day. Make you look like you're anywhere you want to be in the world. All right, anyway. So yeah, let me fast forward a little here. This is the downtown bank, the old clock. They were going to tear it down. It's a hazard. It doesn't work, but they left it. It's historical. I don't even think it reads the right time. It's not even reading the right time. But it's 2 different times in the same day. Wow. Or is that time zones because it's a bank? You don't know. Wait, does that say 1811? No, it says 1911. Anyway, so, downtown area. These are all circa 1900. Everything Ocala, circa 1900. I mean, we can look in some books, and we get older stuff in books and atlases and whatnot, but it was a hub. All right, so yeah, it's just some more photos. The old buildings, circa 1900. It's that same bank. Not much else around. The square was the courthouse. It should be right here. We don't see it though, which it's pretty damn impressive. I think we'll get to that. We got some Broadway, the streets, Silver Springs with the steamboat, which goes all the way through the St. John's, over to St. Augustine. Well, you can take river down all the way down to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, the intercoastal, St. John's, sorry. Old train stations here in town. This is what I was getting at. I'm thinking the stories I've grown up here, the train dead ended in this town, and it dead ended on the northwest side of town. And you hear these stories of the ferry across the river, across the Ocala or St. John's, and the old stories of the train that used to cross there and came down into Ocala from over that way. So I was sort of looking into that. There's the old downtown Capitol building. Impressive, huh? Let's see. Yeah, pretty impressive. There's the bank. Can you believe they tore that down, built some modern looking slick building? But yeah, pretty impressive. I don't know the stories of it. Maybe it burnt down. Maybe it burnt down with all the books and the records and everything. That's what I say, buy your books in cash. Buy maps, buy books. Save this history, because this all burns down in the end. It seems like it all has before, so why not again, right? History repeats itself, isn't that what they say? So yeah, like new courthouse is over there. Anyhow, it's old downtown aerial view. Okay, and this is what I think is sort of funny. This is the rail car in the let's go back here. Okay, there it is. Ocala. Dang it. The Ocala Valley. So this is tracks on the side of town I'm talking about, where they don't show any tracks on any maps, sort of. I mean, they do eventually say the lines were built and whatnot, but we'll get to that here. So yeah, well, you gotta go one way, go the other way. You just chain two trucks together, I guess. Huh. Passengers. Looks like passenger trains. But that's over on that side, Ocala Valley. But it's going to get even odder when I search them. So these are old train stations. Okay. So the so there was no rail here until 1876. Waldo and Ocala by the Atlantic Gulf, whatever. Or where's Waldo? That's north, south? I don't know. I forget. Whatever. And, you know, on North Magnolia Street. Well, that's a different track, because the original track's dead ended over on the northwest side of town before they curve out towards Dunellen and out to Cedar Key. So, yeah, so I don't know what most of this is, but, you know, 1882, the Southern Railroad. Osceola on 4th Street. That don't make, no. Well, it could be. Trains over there by Osceola. The old tracks that don't get used anymore that often. 600 residents were counted. So, anyway, not a lot of people here, but building big courthouses and whatnot, you know, just shortly thereafter. Oops. Dang it. Alright. I just screwed this up. Dang it. I'll have to start this over. Crap. Alright. Where were we? Alright. Okay, here we were. So yeah, talking about the railroad lines, and this is Ocala, you know, Florida. All these websites are different, got different dates, got different stuff. That's why they keep saying circa. Anyhow, we will get on to David Rumsey and the Old World Maps, where we do have 1820, Alachua. We have an 1870s map. Let's see here. Marion counties are all laid out. There's Ocala, but still no tracks yet, because it said 1878 with the Ocklawaha Valley, which is over here. I was trying to look for see what's a railroad track, what's a road, what's not. Clearly the X marks is a railroad that goes over to Cedar Key. And yeah. So yeah, you can see the tracks over here in St. Augustine, and then they came across the river, and there is a train at the bottom of the river to this day. It's on a TV show, and the tracks came down into Ocala, you know, but I don't see anything. We know they split off and dead-ended down here on the northwest side of Ocala. Camp Lizard. Now, what do we got? 1874. I mean, we still have the railroad track. We have the railroad track dead end in here again. That's what I say. I think the stuff that we founded, like this over here, this St. Augustine, and started using it and dug it out, it collapsed on them, and they didn't know how to fix it until decades later. I don't know. But yeah, but they were able to build a lock to go from the river, from one river into another river. It's not it. I forget the name of it, but it's out that way. She got Lake George somewhere, dumps into bunch of springs everywhere. Juniper Springs, Silver Glen Springs, Green Cove Springs, these springs, that springs. They're everywhere around Central Florida. Probably that's why they were there looking for the Fountain of Youth. And Fort King, which is on a lot of these old maps where they built it, the historical site now, it was on somebody's property that a house set on. They built an old school looking fort there to say that's where it was, but it's around a freshwater spring that has a little stream flows down and through a neighborhood and into a retention pond. But they find all sorts of Spanish Civil War stuff, all sorts of stuff out in that area. But the original settlement was far east, where Fort King, you go down Fort King Street, where it dead ends out towards the baseline and Rolling Greens area. That was the original setup on the Greenway. That's where Marshall Swamp is, and where they grew cotton and all that stuff back in the day. Fort King, yeah. So it's on all the old maps, 1865. Now see, here it is. Look, see? Now is that a railroad track or is that a road? Because we got tracks over here still. We have some tracks going down behind these lines. I can't zoom in or anything because I'm re-recording all this. But yeah, anyway, who knows what the real history is, because they don't put everything on all these maps. They don't show us everything. And I just know if we don't start buying the stuff and buying these books and keeping things in our own collections, it's all going to disappear. We're not going to have any of this, because at some point this stuff's going to get censored, just like everything else has. I mean, you know, look at these towns and all these towns out here, you know, Santa Fe and Alachua, which is just 1780. Like, I mean, there's St. Augustine. Some of the maps are a little distorted, like position-wise. Some of this stuff should be further south than it is. But yeah, here's a road. You went on Rollstown, here's a road. You know? So, it's 1775. You know, but then the 1800 one can't show a damn road or a train coming down to Ocala, but one of these can in 1861. No tracks or anything, but we got Fort King, we got Fort McClay. It's Fort McCoy, that is what it is out there. And that's the way you would take the road out through Fort McCoy and cut through if you wanted to take the shortcut, if you grew up around here, out to Palatka. Because otherwise you got to go all the way out and either cut up 19 or 17. One's on one side of the river, one's on the other. And the ferry was open when I was a teenager, but it is no longer open. And that's a dirt road down into the valley. You better have a truck. Yeah. Anyway, just to show you these old maps, 1843. I mean, what they had, 1836 markers. And this one, I believe, was a map of the railroad systems and roads as surveyed by the United States. See? Republic. We're a republic. The American Republic or United States of North America. You know, your choice. Yeah. So anyhow, buy your books in cash. Pound your conch as often as you can, as Jim Phillips used to say. And peace, I'm out.